Can you speak?
Speak.
Speak again?
Speak again.
Speak again.
Speaking 3 times.
There we go. That sounds better.
I had to move it closer to my face.
Yeah. All right. Welcome to another episode of Podcast with No Name. PWNN, actually. We're going to start calling it that because I don't care. That sounds better. And the logo is going to be like that anyway. With me, as always, is not Caesar. It is Joshua Jonathan.
Joshua Jonathan.
Is that all right nickname for you?
It's a long one. It just doesn't roll off the tongue.
It rolls off my tongue pretty easily. Better than Josh.
That's what she said.
So yeah, we're short Caesar Day. I guess he was in the hospital or something like that. He had some emergency hospital stuff. Something about like a rectal issue. I don't know. I didn't want to pry,
Removing his fingers from himself.
You seem so quiet.
I think it's because I can hear myself for once.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now that we're doing this whole double headphone.
Am I loud in your ears?
No, not particularly.
Okay, good. Well, you know what? I actually do have some news from when I went to see Kingsman last night, right? Mm-hmm. Let me pull up my notes here. Where did I put them?
You made notes about Kingsman? I thought we were
about some trailers I saw. So I saw the trailer for P.T. Barnum. Have you seen that trailer?
P.T. I've heard the name.
It's the circus guy?
Circus, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Hugh Jackman's going to play the lead guy.
Yeah,
and
I've seen that one.
The trailer made it seem to be like he was all about inclusivity and diversity, and like you don't have to be sad that you're a small person. You can do anything you want. Come join the circus. And I was like, that's not what he was about. He was about showing freak shows.
Yeah.
He was about making money off these freak shows.
Yeah.
Which is that wrong? Is that what?
I think you're right. However, I think diversity is a great way to rope some freaks in.
Yeah.
Look at today's society.
Good point. Oh, got him! I also saw a Super Troopers 2 trailer. Have you seen that?
I have not.
It's coming out on 420.
420.
Yep, of course. Which I thought that was good, but the P.T. Barnum thing really kind of upset me. I was like, that's so stupid. Don't act like he's a saint. He wasn't a saint. He was a businessman who just made money out the backs of people.
Welcome to America, my friend.
Yeah, he was good. I guess he was a good businessman. Was there any? There was another trailer in this movie.
Blade Runner 2049.
Was it Blade Runner?
Ryan
Yeah,
Gosling.
Blade Runner was kind of the first one. So let's talk about that for a second. Yeah.
So yeah,
I saw the first one not a long time ago. It was like maybe 5 years ago.
we should do an episode on it. Now that you're older, you might enjoy it more.
We're going to, yeah. Well, I was like 27 when I saw it, and I was like, this movie's boring as fuck.
Did you just drink those brain cells away?
Maybe. It was boring. I was like, and I didn't care at the end if he was a replicant or not. Who cares?
I mean, that's like the whole point of the movie.
The whole big speech you're talking about at the end, though, right?
Oh yeah,
I do remember that. He was in the hotel, right?
Yeah, they're standing outside the hotel in the rain, and Rutger Hauer like totally has the opportunity to kill Harrison Ford's character, and then just at the very last minute, I guess he decides not to, and gives this long speech about all the shit that he's seen, and he's just like, oh, I'm sorry, all the caca that he's seen.
Welcome to PC Nation.
PC Nash.
Hey, can I get your fuck your opinion?
But yeah,
Inside
so apparently the whole speech that he gives, where he's like, I've seen such and such ships burning.
Easy, bro. We got kids listening.
Burning off the coast of some shore or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a very long speech and really was really impactful. But supposedly, according to several less than reputable sources, it was improvised. Like, it wasn't written into the script. Like, he made up most of it on the fly.
That'd be impressive.
I think so. The only other movie I've seen with Rutger Hauer was actually Hobo with a Shotgun.
Rutger Hauer, he was the blonde guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, because, I've he's got a familiar face, obviously, from that movie, but...
Well, have you seen Hobo with a Shotgun?
I've heard of the movie. I've seen it on Netflix at one time, and I almost watched it. I was like, people keep talking about it. I didn't watch it that night.
You have to.
Is it that good?
It's, like, you have to know what you're getting into.
Is it like Rubber?
Better than Rubber, I think.
The tire that kills people?
Yeah. It's better because it's got a more believable plot. Like, the world's gone to shit, and Rutger's just tired of it. He's a hobo, so he picks up a shotgun and just starts killing all the bad guys.
You kid him.
And it's, like, gratuitously violent, and, like, there's a scene where these two punks are, like, getting ready to attack this woman, and they're, like, they're gonna do it with ice skates or something like that, and one of them puts them on, and he's like, "It looks like it's time for a skate rape," and you're just lost it. Oh man, how off the wall!
How horrible that is to say. How dare you, Joshua? I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at something else prior to that.
I thought it was good personally.
If you want, have you ever seen a Siberian film?
Any Siberian film?
A Siberian film is what it's called.
Oh.
It's Siberian film, I think is what it's called. It's Siberian film.
No, what's it about?
That's a movie that was so gory and like gratuitous. That's the word you used that reminded me of it. That I didn't want to watch a second time. It's so horrible. I was like, oh, I cannot believe I watched that.
Was it just uncomfortable?
Very much so. Very much so. So let me give you one of the scenes, right? Mm-hmm. This girl is giving this guy a blowjob.
Oh, gosh.
And he kills her with his dick, and he pushes it through the back of her head, and he kills her. And then it gets, that's silly, but it gets...
That's terrible.
The storyline is just unsettling.
Yeah?
It's, ugh.
Might have to check it out. I like that weird, disturbing, you know.
I didn't want to watch, I watched Centipede again.
Human Centipede?
Human Centipede. I'll watch that again. I'm not going to watch Siberian film again, though.
Gotcha.
I remember my buddy's like, oh, let's watch it again. I'm like, nope. Nope. It was just so it was so gross, dude.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually watched Human Centipede.
You never watched that?
I might have.
Oh, it was fine.
I drank a lot.
It was a... You drank those Brennan Tails away. It was fine. It was a horror movie, gory, shock value. Sharknado, pretty much, but for horror.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of movies. It's just like, here's a poorly written platform for you to sell your blood and guts.
So much money. How much did Human Centipede make, I wonder?
I don't know.
Probably a lot. And it was probably a cheap movie, like fucking Paranormal Activity, Blair Witch.
Oh, yeah.
All these cheap movies that make hella money.
Yeah, but, I mean... Okay, so Blair Witch Project... What did you think of
I
Blair
liked
Witch
the first one.
I did too.
I thought it was awesome. I was like,
that was well
at
done.
the end when Mike was
Yeah.
standing in the corner, I'm like, what the? I don't know. It creeped me the fuck out.
Right, yeah, it really got to me. And I actually watched it more recently, like probably about a year or two ago, and I found that I still enjoyed it. I was just like, I know it's all fake, and people have debunked it, and they talk about how it's a terrible movie, and like the scene with the snot bubble really threw them off or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought it was genuine. And same thing with Paranormal Activity 1. Like, it felt more genuine. Like, there's a lot of character development in that movie. You got to see them on their daily lives and see how the haunting really pushed them to the limit. And like that has gone so far downhill with that series. It's unbelievable. It's just become this whole, hey, we got ghosts and cameras. You want to watch this?
And you know what I hate about those movies is that when I watch them, I still get like anxious because they the way they use the camera, it makes you feel suspense.
I think so.
There's that one where they have the camera on a fan that's going back and forth between these two rooms. You're like, God, you just keep waiting for something to happen. But I don't think anything ever happened there.
And it's like such a cheap shot. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
It is cheap.
Like you want to build suspense and dread, you've got to set the scene up, not just supply me with a potential jump scare and just have me know that something's going to happen. I don't like that.
Do you remember the scene when someone, I think it was in the fourth or third or fifth, I don't know. Someone was in the kitchen, right? And all of a sudden, all the kitchen stuff comes out of the cupboards. Oh yeah! I jumped so hard. I was like, oh my God! I did not expect every kitchen appliance to become Beauty and the Beast in this place. Like, holy crap!
You know, some comedian, I saw this on Reddit like a week ago or so.
You read it on Reddit.
Yeah, it was a stand-up shot. This comedian, he says, jump scares for horror movies is just so cheating. Like, if a comedian were to do the same thing, he would be standing in the audience tickling you going, I still made you laugh. I'm funny. Laugh at me.
Who said that? That's hilarious.
I don't know his name. It wasn't like a very big name in comedy, but he's so accurate.
That is. That's 100% true. Oh, my God. That's great. I like that. Let's see. We're 9 minutes in. So let's see. We went to see a great movie today.
That's a stretch.
That's nice. That was a fine movie. It was called The American Assassin. I thought it was going to be a ball-sack movie. I think, but what I loved about it is that we just kept going back and forth and like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. This is stupid. Look at this. And we'd laugh. It was good.
I was wondering if the people in front of us or behind us were, disturbed by the fact that we kept talking. But you can't not. I mean...
I felt comforted when the guy in front of us, that fat guy, started laughing at the same stuff we did. Like when Michael Keaton was getting tortured.
Yeah.
We all started laughing. Even people behind us started laughing.
It's just so, like, he's supposed to be in such great pain, but he's just like, your mother! Ah!
Oh, so this movie, I was telling Josh when we left the theater, would have been a smash hit in the 80s.
Absolutely. It would have been, James Bond on point.
It had all the tropes of like a cop gone rogue and like their commander in chief or whatever being like, give me your badge, you're going rogue, just follow the orders, goddammit. And they never did. Oh, it was great.
Never once. Like every time he was given an order, he was just like, no.
Just jerked his hand and like, get out of here.
You don't finish, man. Never finish.
Oh, so there was Michael Keaton. There was, I don't know any of the actors' names. There was the white guy, the Spanish girl, the black girl.
She wasn't Spanish. She was Israeli.
Spanish enough.
Spanish enough?
Yeah. Well, her face looks super Spanish.
To be fair, she might be, of Latin descent and just portraying an Israeli woman. But
she looked good.
I need you to immerse here, man.
She was Israeli. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to assume somebody's.
Did you just assume my race?
I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry. So we had the Israeli woman. We had Michael Keaton, white guy, black girl.
Yep.
And that's all the main characters, right?
Or who was the other white guy? Patrick?
There was Rap, and then the other guy, Ghost.
Oh.
Did I miss somebody?
Well, just for like the first third of the movie was that Patrick guy. He got stabbed, like on their first mission.
Really? I was asleep for that then.
You were asleep during the first mission? They're like,
tell me about the first mission.
Okay, so they're walking in to get the nuclear trigger, which is part of the bomb that he's getting ready to put together. Mm-hmm. And as they're walking in, the other special agent who was in class with Rap, he gets made in the mirror. Like the dudes that are making the transaction are like, oh shit, that's a special agent for sure. And one of them gets up and he just doesn't make eye contact. He looks like he's walking outside. And as he's walking outside, he grabs a knife and stabs Patrick in the gut.
Got him.
Yeah, and then he just walks out and leaves.
Oh, you're talking about in the diner?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, that was the other guy I was thinking of.
I do remember that, yeah. And then there was some gunshots and some more action.
Lots of action.
But I think overall, I did enjoy this movie just because it was funny to me. Not because it was a good movie or it seemed like,
the action was really good to me. Mm-hmm. That's really what I wanted. It wasn't like amazing or anything like that, but I go to those movies, I want to see somebody hit somebody, and that's what I got. The plot I could care less about, and obviously they could too, because they really didn't try hard to sell me on anything. They kept realism away from so much of the story, and they were just like, here's Teen Wolf, he's a secret agent now.
He looked just like a guy from Teen Wolf. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Walking around acting like he's he's not a loose unit. He's not a loose unit. That guy would not be a loose unit to me. Mel Gibson's a loose unit.
Mel Gibson.
But that's probably because I grew up with him being Lethal Weapon, Die Hard. Wait, no, that was Bruce Willis.
Too old for this stuff.
Yeah. So did you like the Teen Wolf being the main guy?
He was so hyper emotional, like
he cared about his fiance who just got fiancéed. Isn't that crazy?
They'd only been dating for a little bit. I think he would have moved on personally.
Right?
But
no. He really hold on to that grudge.
Yeah,
I do kind of admire that though. But at the same time,
obsession.
I guess it's almost like a drive, a purpose.
Like Ryan Gosling drive.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn down lunch with that guy. High five. No homo.
No homo. I wouldn't either, man. I'll go watch the new Blade Runner.
Oh, that's on the list. We're all gonna see that, and I bet you Caesar will be there for that. I'm just kidding.
I hope so, but you never know.
That's true.
You might have family stuff.
That is true.
And a medical emergency to get some more stuff pulled out of his bum.
Whoa, bro! This is a podcast. We're gonna go on live right now.
You dropped an F-bomb earlier, my friend.
F-bombs are fine. We can curse. I was just kidding earlier. We can curse all we want.
We can.
Shit, fart. Farts for eyes.
Fart you, butthole.
Fart. You're not even cursing. You're just saying words. But did you enjoy this movie overall, though?
Yeah, I had a good time, man.
What? Out of those 5 characters I named, which were the main guy was named Rap, or there was another name for him that they kept calling him Mitch. Yeah, Rap, Mitch. There was Michael Keaton's character. Don't know the names. Spanish Israeli girl. Hurley was Michael Keaton? Mm-hmm. Okay. What was the Spanish Israeli girl?
I don't know her name.
Spanish Israeli. The other guy, Ghost, whatever his real name was, though.
Ronnie.
Damn. And then the black girl, commander in chief, the person in charge. Okay.
Women obviously mean less to me because I don't remember their names.
What'd you say?
I said women obviously mean less to me because I don't remember their names.
I was actually a little offended. I cannot believe you said that on this podcast. All right.
Obviously, I'm
All right,
just
I'm gonna
kidding.
stop playing that
but
joke.
they were very minor characters.
Well, I mean, yeah, she didn't really do anything besides say like, and what I thought was strange is like there was times in the movie when she was clearly in charge, but people were not listening to her.
I guess that's how the CIA works, man. There's no real chain of command. One person kind of gives general orders, and everybody's like, "No, fuck."
But like she was telling the aircraft carrier, "Don't shoot," whatever, and she's like, "I'm in charge, don't shoot," and they're like, "We're gonna shoot." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
No, that's
First
like a
of
real
all,
thing, though.
Is it? There,
Yeah.
do you think you wouldn't get in trouble if you just didn't follow somebody's orders, your chain of command?
Well, so now you're bringing in the military versus the CIA, and the CIA is definitely more of a civilian branch of the government, and the military is just like, yes, you may be above me in the chain of command. However, in a situation where, thousands of Americans their lives are at...
It was thousands. That's what Ronnie said.
That's exactly what he said.
Sorry,
Thousands.
didn't mean to interrupt.
But, in a situation where thousands of those lives are, under my protection, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I really think that's a real thing, is just like they can override those commands as captain of a ship.
The CIA
or
commands, or just commands in general, because they're captain of the ship and they're making tough decisions.
I imagine if it was the president, they would probably be like, all right, we won't shoot. But
I was listening to a podcast. I was talking about ethics in like the military. Like someone was training in the military to become a nuclear something. So pretty much he was in charge of standing at the base where the missiles are, and if the phone rings, him and one other person are supposed to turn the keys at the same time. And he's like, well, why should I turn the keys? Like, how do I know that I'm making the right decision to turn these keys? Like, what if the president's acting crazy? Why? And so he wrote this whole thing up to this person in charge or whatever, and then he's getting trained, and they're like, yeah, you're not going to be fit out for this.
Right.
So we need someone that's not going to be asking questions.
that's the thing is with the military, right? You're just kind of signing up to do the job. Like, you don't get to question that.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it puts your own life at risk or you feel like your supervisor is just being a jerk, you can walk.
Yeah.
But in that sort of situation where you have, TSSCI clearance and you're getting ready to launch the nukes, you are a drone. They say they're the ones turning the key at that point. That's not your decision at all. And if you question that vocally, like, that person should have stayed there because maybe they'd have made a better decision in the future. But that's just not the way our government works.
And it was kind of creepy. He got in trouble and fired, and I think he ended up in some sort of a lawsuit situation with them or something like that. I can't remember the whole
For
details.
writing a letter?
It was a podcast, yeah, because he was in training and they was talking. And they were like saying like, "Oh, if the president calls," and he's like, "Well, what if this happens?" And he wrote them a formal letter and like, I don't know. I'll have to give it to you. I'll look it up sometime this week. Sometime this week, not
I won't listen
anytime
to
soon.
it.
Oh, really? What about the Destiny one?
Still haven't watched all of it.
Okay.
Just like 10 minutes. I probably won't watch all of it. You got some like long stuff that I don't want to listen to.
What? Like this podcast?
I've listened to this podcast. All
That's
right?
fine. You don't got to.
I like it. I like our podcast. I think it's good.
I sent him a link he's really into Destiny too, everybody. I sent him a link for this channel called I Hate Everything, and he talks about why he hates Destiny too.
And he makes some very valid points. I've seen the first 15 minutes of the video. He makes some very valid points. The game is repetitive. It's a long grind. The story isn't as great as we were told it was going to be. There's only really one character that anybody cares about, and that's Cade 6. And I agree with all of that, but I still like it. I think it's fun.
Yeah, because like I don't think he was too harsh.
No.
Like, he wasn't like just like, you guys are stupid for liking this.
No.
He was just like, this is my opinion about why I think I don't like it. And what do you think about the marshmallow guy? The main bad guy of Destiny 2, I guess. He called him like the Marshmallow Man. I was like,
Gall. And yeah, he was a very
was he
weak character. He was a very weak character. He was just like, I need the light to approve me.
And
notice me, senpai.
He got to a point, I don't know if you got to it, he was talking, I'm sorry, we're getting very off tangent, but it doesn't matter. You have to listen to this. We're getting off. So he got to a point, you all right?
You have to listen to this. You absolutely have to. You're here.
They're going
You're
to.
done.
But he got to the point where he's talking about like he compared it to Star Wars. He's like Star Wars never materialized the Force. So the Force was something. It wasn't a thing like how in Destiny it's that orb or what do they call it?
So
the light.
They call that the Traveler.
The Traveler. And so like the fact that is there. There's all these questions because like what is that? What is that? What is that? Whereas Force was like just everywhere. You don't really know. Nobody really knows.
Okay, so then what was Qui-Gon Jinn talking about when he brought up midichlorians, man?
That was different. That was before. That was after. That was those prequels. That was after. I'm just saying it made sense to me. He's talking about like some supernatural thing nobody talks about, but then but in Destiny there's this actually something you can see and be like, what is that? And nobody actually researched it.
They're trying to. This is like post-apocalyptic. You know what I mean? Like,
but they have invincible powers?
Yeah, the Traveler the big white thing is what makes them super strong and makes them able to fight all the bad guys and stuff like that. And I mean, you're right that it should be questioned. However,
he's right. I'm not right.
However, he's absolutely correct that it should be questioned. However, I didn't write the story, and
but you're not defending all the Destiny fans right now?
Why should I? They're all like I've played with them. I've done some pickup groups. They're jerks. They suck.
Does anyone ever say the N word like PewDiePie? Did you see that?
No, I would like to.
So PewDiePie was on like I think Player Battleground Unknown whatever.
Player Unknown's Battleground.
Yeah, pub, and he's shooting at somebody. He said the N word with a hard R, and he meant it. And then like a second later, he's like, oh, I mean asshole. And it's like, and everyone's like, whoa, bro.
You done goofed. Buddy.
Yeah, you done goofed. But do they talk like that on whoops, I didn't mean to hit the mic on that Destiny?
No, and generally when you get squeakers like that, and that's what I call them, generally under 16, prepubescent, full of just unbridled hormonal rage. I just bail.
Yeah.
I don't like to party up with those people. I keep the team chat off when I play multiplayer because I just want to shoot some stuff. I'm not trying to be competitive, and I'm not, I don't care if I win or lose. I do enjoy winning, and I think I'm all right, but I already know gaming is not my profession. I'm not PewDiePie, so I don't have to tolerate that sort of behavior.
Oh, PewDiePie's not a gamer. He's just a weird guy who like gets money from kids.
Yeah, man. Because it's such a weird relationship, right? He's like the Pied Piper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's like, look at me, kids. Oh my god, I'm scared of this video game.
PewDiePie.
Ugh. But I remember when I used to play Halo back in the day. There was all sorts of like horrible stuff you'd hear.
Oh yeah.
It's like that's just something that came with playing online. Like it's just the internet in general.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like Xbox and PlayStation, and just when you go online, you have to expect that you're going to hear that. And I think it's starting to become more toned down, especially as gaming becomes more of a widespread platform. Like I don't know if there's this whole movement to equalize gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Okay, so there's this whole movement to equalize gamers, and you see a lot of articles from Kotaku and stuff that are just like I don't care for Kotaku personally.
You saw my face.
Especially after the whole what's her name?
Gamergate thing.
Yeah. That whole thing was weird.
It was weird. It's so weird how a relationship changed like the whole face of like Kotaku.
Right, and it turned from a respectable gaming news source into this bastion of SJW information.
Good words.
Nothing against that.
Nothing against that at all.
However,
I love the layers we got going on.
Right.
It's good.
My big thing with that is like, so people just kind of shame those people now. If you get somebody who's just
the crazy squeakers.
Yeah, people that are toxic. They come in there and they're just. The biggest part is they're usually misogynistic. They're generally speaking, they're racist, and all of that to me, it's negative. Yeah. But there is a mute function. There absolutely is. I've been using it for a long time. I haven't always been very good at games.
Yeah.
And I'm used to getting called names and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, so if you're gonna be toxic, bye. I'm just mute you.
Yeah, no, there was plenty of times when I just didn't have the headset on because I was like, I don't want to hear it. I just want to play the game.
Right, exactly. It's for my enjoyment. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to make friends on here.
But I did have it on sometimes, and I talked a lot of smack. Like, I remember, I guess my buddy, my old roommate, Javier, he was telling me, he's like, oh, I remember this time you were playing Halo, and some guy, he was so mad that you kept killing him that when the session was over and you get a level of group chat at the end,
Yeah.
He's like, he was saying, who do you think you are? And I was like, I guess I said, I think I'm better than you, and I just left. And I don't know. I guess Javier enjoyed that.
I think that's perfect, though.
Yeah,
that's not like, that's not the same
drop
as
an
like
N-bomb.
talking about somebody's mom or
I did that a little bit. I always used to say smoke you too.
smoke
You.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
And there's a fine place for yo mama jokes and like your mom being said in internet gaming, but it gets overdone.
No, my mom gets talked about a lot in my regular life, so it's not like anything's
Is that
changed.
a true thing?
No, I'm just like, your mom this, your mom that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's like commonplace.
Let me put that up to my face. I don't know if this sounds better. Maybe we'll do
I keep
Twitter
adjusting
poll.
because I don't like the way I sound.
Right, that's what I'm doing right now. Good. Let's get back to
American Assassin.
American Assassin, Double A.
Double A.
I overall enjoyed it. Did you have a particular? I think Michael Keaton's performance was fine.
Yeah,
I don't think it was
a typical Michael Keaton performance.
Yes,
I mean,
typical.
He was told this is an assassin movie. You're going to play the grizzled old war veteran who trains the assassin.
Nick Nolte could have played that, or who's the guy that was on Tron?
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges could have played that. Yeah, like he was kind of a strange pick, but I think it was a better pick than actually them because they were too type. They're kind of typecast with that. He was kind of like a unique one that kind of fit. I guess he did good.
He did just fine.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin could have done it.
Josh Brolin. Doesn't Josh Brolin always die?
No.
There's an actor that always. Who's the guy that in
Bean.
Game of Thrones? Sean Bean. Yep. He always dies and everything is in.
Everything. I don't think there's been a movie that he hasn't died in.
That's
Actually,
his whole
there
thing.
might be.
No, I don't believe you. It's like Taylor Swift's belly button. That's not real. Have you ever seen that thing? Have you seen that meme?
No, but I'm trying to think of a time
They
that I
say
may
you
have
don't
seen
see
her
Taylor
belly
Swift's
button.
belly button. So like, there's pictures of her and there's a black hole in her belly button because it's not there. It's not real. It's a fucking alien.
It is.
Yeah, but that's anyway. Michael Keaton did good. I had that.
He was the only character worth mentioning, to be honest with you.
He really was. Teen Wolf was just.
Bland. He was just
like the rogue cop that was like. You can't be playing rogue cop games when you're that high up in like the level of government or whatever.
right. And I know
fuck?
that he was just right off the bat. They tried to write him into this whole bad boy position where he's just like, I'm not gonna play by your rules, but I'm the best assassin that ever lived. And he's not. He's not at all. Any one of those dudes could have beat him at any given time. And it's not all about hand-to-hand combat. He always made terrible decisions. He just got really lucky a lot. Like, that doesn't make you a better assassin, and that's not going to sell me your movie. And you don't have a personality to back it up.
He doesn't. Like, so what was, like, how old would you say he was when he proposed to his girlfriend at the beginning of the movie? Like 26 to 29, somewhere in there?
I think a little bit younger than that. Probably
Really?
around like 22 or 23.
Okay.
Because when they're talking to him immediately afterwards, they mentioned that he had bailed on his studies for, I would guess, a master's degree, to be honest with you. So I assume that he's already graduated from, regular school when that was where he met the hot chick. And she's very attractive.
Wait, are you talking about the fiance or the Israeli girl?
Let's back it up and let's say what you really wanted to say.
What?
The white one or the Israeli one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah. It had to be the white one, dude.
Oh, no, I was talking about the Israeli one's way hotter than me.
Well, no, I'm not. Oh, you're asking which one's hotter?
No, I meant, you said he met the hot chick.
Yeah.
Which one do you mean?
The fiance.
Okay.
I assume that's where he met her was college.
Right.
And then, they get engaged in, what was it? Ibiza?
Wherever it was. That nightmare of an island where there's terrorists everywhere. Right. Sounds like a great place to hang out.
That just kind of blew my mind, too. Like, I've never heard of a terrorist attack quite like that, where they just roll up boats on the beach and start...
I actually have.
It's in Spain. Like, nobody goes to Spain. Well, that's not true. I'm sure thousands
Nobody
thousands
goes
of
to
people
Spain.
go to Spain.
The other day I was talking to a buddy about Rome and like the Roman Empire and how they fell.
Like the Holy Roman Empire or the regular Roman Empire?
The Roman Empire, how they fell, like how they some people make parallels to America being Rome and like how we're gonna be falling just like Rome did. I don't know what Rome that is.
Which emperor was it?
No idea.
It starts with an N.
Nero?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Nero was like right around the
He
fall
was the
of the
one
Roman Empire.
Fall?
Yeah.
All right. So he was like, "What are you talking about? Rome fell. America's gonna be fine." I'm like, "You can't even go to Rome right now." And I was like, "Oh, wait a minute. Rome is actually a real place you can go to. Never mind." Anyway, I lost my train of thought on that one. Anyway, but I did hear about terrorist attack that did happen kind of like this. It was Australia, right? There was like this kind of like island that people would ferry to, and it was like right off the coast, right?
Right.
And there was like I think it was like a camp there or something like that, and like you go there and do stuff. But someone decided to ride out there on a ferry and just take AK-47 and start shooting people all over the beach. And it took like I think an hour. Like people were like going out, like people that lived near the beach line, the coastline, were going out into the sea to save people that were drowning and like hurt from
the gunfire.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shit was crazy. I was like, it's a real thing. Like I think that's what they were talking about, like the gun control in Australia and how like it's so. You hear that popping? Never mind.
I heard something for
I
sure.
think it was my fridge. I thought it was something happening here.
No.
Anyway, but yeah, there's a lot of strict gun control in Australia. But they're
Of
like,
course.
it was a pretty crazy story. Should
It
look
is
it
a
up.
very crazy story.
I wish I could have all the details, but I haven't listened to that podcast in a long time.
I gotcha.
So it did happen.
I guess.
So don't get married on a beach, pretty much. Don't propose on a beach is what I should say.
Look, man, you can't live your life in fear of the terrorists. If you
Always.
do that, the terrorists have won.
And let's talk about this Teen Wolf being the racist ass motherfucker he was. So there was a scene when like he saw somebody, and like you see the person too, and then you see it through his eyes, and he's got his beard, and he's like this, whatever they wear on their head, and he's like, I'm gonna shoot him, and he shoots him, right?
It was like often too. Like every time he saw, a Muslim dude, he was like, "That's the fool. They all look the same."
White killer. Oh, that was shocking.
terrible. That really was. I mean, and then like nobody realized that he was shooting all the Muslim ones. Like he was just pow pow.
Saved the white one for last.
Or like when he shot the girl in the little department store mock-up that they had. And he shot her like 8 times with the paintball gun.
Wait, what?
Man, you shouldn't have fallen asleep.
Hold on, tell me about this.
So Dom
Bring me up
fell
to
asleep.
speed.
Dom fell
On
asleep during the
accident,
movie.
no big deal. Things happen.
Some people get drunk in public. It's whatever.
What are you talking about, first of all? I was sober as a priest. I went into this wearing my collar. All right?
Was it popped?
No, I had my priest collar on.
Yeah, but was it popped?
Of course, my priest collar's always popped. What do you thought was a rhetorical question?
Of course. But yeah. So, anyways, while you were asleep, or during the training montage in the
That's
forest,
the part I missed.
Yes. So they actually did a few bits with that, where like they make them wear these shocking suits and wear augmented reality goggles, and they have targets to shoot that are they're not real, and they give them like blank guns to shoot them. And Michael Keaton keeps making the image of the dude that killed Rap's wife or fiance. He keeps making him appear, and every time he shoots this dude, he gets a shock through the suit. And supposedly, at one point, it was bad enough to make a guy throw up because he kept getting shocked, and he like tore the suit off.
Wait,
and left.
so he had a suit that would shock him if he got personal.
No, if he shot anybody that wasn't a target, or if he got shot by somebody that was a target, they would get shocked, and apparently it was very physically painful. Like at one point, some dude is getting shocked so bad that he throws up, and he tears off the suit and he leaves. And Rab, being the off the wall loose cannon that he is, he knows that he's not supposed to shoot this one terrorist guy that's there, and Michael Keaton keeps putting him into the simulation. So he shoots him every time, and every time he gets shocked worse. And like at the end, he's like crawling on the ground, like drool coming out of his mouth, and he's just unloading his gun off into the distance.
Serious?
And just getting shocked and
Are you
shocked and
serious?
shocked. Everybody else had quit.
This really
at point.
happened?
Yeah, that was in the movie. Yeah, man, it was just like.
So he's trying to train the racism out of him?
I don't know
And it
about
wasn't
that.
working?
I don't. I wouldn't go that
every
far.
time I see this guy, I'm gonna shoot because fuck that guy.
Right.
But then I get shocked every time that happens.
They asked the head of the CIA about it, and she was like, "Oh, he's getting inside of his head.
He's getting what?
Getting inside of his head." It was weird.
Yeah, I guess they were trying to make him so he didn't take things so personally in combat, because like that was his whole thing. Like, oh, you take things so personally, you're gonna get fucked up by doing that. But
the other scene that I was talking about, they make a mock-up of IKEA, and they give them all paintball guns, and they bring in like other agents, like regular CIA agents.
real quick, did they have the Swedish meatballs there? Like a mock-up of the Swedish meatballs, maybe?
No, it was just the furniture.
Not like a line anywhere, waiting for the food. Have you ever been to IKEA?
Look, man, let's not get into this.
I'm just
You're derailing me right now.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make fun. Just having a good time. Continue with your mock-up about IKEA.
They build the mock-up.
My bad.
They bring in the CIA agents that are not Orion members, and they give Rapp and the other kids a target, and they're just like, "This is the dude that you have to shoot with your paintball guns." And so they're in there and they're looking for their dude, and they go to see him, and it turns out one of the other CIA agents that's there is also been told that once somebody spots the target, she's supposed to pull out her paintball gun and shoot them and take them down. And Rap like sees Victor or whatever, he sees the target, and as Victor's going for the target, this pregnant woman pulls out her paintball gun, and she's like all bad with her big pregnant belly, and she's like getting ready to light Victor up. So Rap comes around the corner. He shoots the Muslim guy first, of course.
Of course, Rap's memo or MO.
He shoots him like once in the head, and then he shoots.
He just goes over and unloads the whole clip on his face. Sorry.
He's like, "You killed my fiance."
It's like, easy, Rap, calm down.
Yes, exactly.
It's a mock-up.
So he shoots the Muslim guy once, and then he turns the gun on the pregnant woman and just unloads on her. Shoots her like 11 times.
Holy shit.
And then like after the first one, they're like, stop.
But you know him. He throws the rule book out the window.
Right.
He's a loose cannon.
Exactly. He's a loose cannon cop.
So he kept
doesn't play by the rules.
He kept unloading, I assume.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He unloaded on her. Yeah, he shot her like the rest of the clip.
Was she
until
really
it
pregnant?
Empty. No.
Oh, it was like a cardboard thing? Or?
Yeah, it was just like an inflatable belly. And like once she's done, she's like, "You're an asshole," and takes the belly out and throws it away.
Can you imagine if she was actually really pregnant? Just like, we need real life. I would have been like, whoa, dude, easy.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it was just very, I don't know, man. Like, in character, like, Rap just didn't do it for me.
He's
man.
straight up racist. Like, I don't say that. Like, I'm not ever saying that usually. But when the fact that all he sees is Islam's the same way, right. And like he's got a goal to kill him because they killed his fiance.
Right.
It's kind of
like the first time he gets a
almost.
kill in the field, you know, he's like pointing the gun at the dude. He's like, "Please don't kill me." And he sees him, and he's just goes from clean shaven, nice business suit to straight up bomber vest, and you're like, "What the hell, man?"
That guy's got problems.
Yeah, clearly.
But I don't think that added to his character. Like, I was like, I didn't care for that. I was like, it could have been...
It wasn't like a unique facet to this character at all. It was just, just one more thing for us to talk about later.
Ha! Got us.
Nah.
Oh, so let's talk about the Israeli girl.
She was very attractive.
So attractive. I really want to meet a Latin girl.
I'm sorry.
I know she's Israeli, whatever, but she looked Latin to me.
Oh, okay. I mean, you live in Las Vegas; it's bound to happen eventually.
I live in Las Vegas though, so it's probably not going to happen eventually. I should probably move to a smaller town near Mexico.
More here than like a lot of other cities in the U.S., man.
Even near Mexico?
Well, obviously less so.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
But, like I said, a lot of other cities in the U.S. Right? Just generally speaking.
Well, that sounds like you're just trying to be right.
Of course, I'm trying to be right. I'm always trying to be right. You've met me.
So what do you think of her? Was she worth being in there? Because like she was like a
plot device. They were
double
all
agent,
plot devices.
double agent. Yeah. They
were
were
all poorly written plot devices. She was the only one who had any real story that meant anything to me. And
but what was her story? Like, let me give you my idea of what her story was, and you can correct me because I might have fallen asleep for part of it.
Okay.
Her story was that she's working with the CIA or whoever Michael Keaton's with, and she actually has family that's high up in the Israeli royalty or something like that, and she comes out to find out that she's a double agent working for them, but yet she wasn't because she's on the side of not blowing up the nuke, something like that.
Okay, so
here's where I'm wrong, kiddo.
No, her family, right, was the only one left was her uncle, and that was her handler for the Israeli special ops or whatever. And her parents had previously been higher-ranking officials in the Israeli government, and they were murdered, and that was part of her motivation.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Behind the whole stop the nuke thing. And then, of course, once she finally gets to the nuke, she sees the dude that kills her parents, and she's just like, "You must pay," and just alerts everybody to her presence by shooting him right in the face.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she was the only one with really any like potential backstory. I knew nothing about the head of the CIA. I knew nothing about Hurley besides the fact that he, trained Ghost and Rap. Of course, we got to see his little intro. But what about before that, man? What happened to his family?
That's what I actually meant to bring up. Like, how did he become so good at whatever he does? Like, because he seemed like he was doing regular things that people do, which is not like go training and fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah, like what happened after he got shot?
Having a girlfriend, doing whatever, almost getting married, going to college,
Right.
about ready to have kids. Now he's gonna be just like in solitude for 4 years and trying to join the Israeli army or something like
Right,
that.
like
what
he's
the
just
fuck?
gonna turn his whole life around overnight to become some super badass terrorist killer just because he got shot. I don't think that happens to the average man.
No, he would have gone home, got some sympathy, and taken that. And what's that called? The Munchausen syndrome.
Munchausen.
Yeah, Munchausen syndrome, where they enjoy the sympathy they get from the pity or whatever the attention they get from having something horrible happen to them, like their kid getting sick. So they poison their kid to get that attention. That's Munchausen syndrome.
I think I saw that on The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Cool. But anyways, I feel like that's what he would fucking do.
Yeah, that was his. That was
he didn't
totally
have any
be his
military
character.
background.
No, not at all. And like he just magically got it by using civilian outlets. You know.
Well,
like,
he did do 5 push-ups.
Let's be real here. He went to the gun range and just every week he would drop
I
a
forgot
couple
about that.
$100 to start shooting.
and he would shoot other people's
fully
targets
automatic.
and shit.
Yeah.
What a fucking asshole,
Right,
dude.
they would kick him out in a minute, dude.
Because he'd walk out into the fucking range, and they even said, "You're gonna get fucking killed."
Right.
He's like,
yeah, he's like, I'm tactically advancing. Yep, that's what you do
Fuck
at the
up,
firing
dude.
range. You jump the wall and just start shooting.
You would be banned immediately.
Oh, immediately,
Oh
man.
my god.
And like at the MMA place, he went to town on that dude's
That's
face
right.
for a little
Do
bit.
you remember?
Yeah,
He
man.
pulled a Brad Pitt on him.
And like he's training to be a terrorist at this point, obviously.
Yeah,
and he's
growing his
just
beard
calling literally as much attention to himself as possible. Learned Arabic.
Yep.
Started going to Arabic 4chan and whatnot.
That's exactly what it was.
You can see this girl's ankles.
I need girls' ankles from Istanbul. Istanbul girls' ankles over here. There's a whole thread for it.
It's offensive.
Nah.
I don't care.
That is offensive. You're right. I am so sorry. Kiddo.
No, but to be fair, there is a weird, like, especially fundamentalist Muslims.
They're called fundies?
That's an abbreviation for
I know.
fundamentalist.
No idea.
Say there's fundy Christians and fundy
heard of Antifa.
Muslims. There's even fundamentalist Buddhists.
What's that? Wait, that's confusing to me.
So fundamentalist, right? Think about what the fundamentals are, right?
Which means you're super into the exact what it is.
Right, like the core
Yeah.
tenets of your ideology. There, for every religion, there's going to be a fundamentalist. There's, the Christians that are like, take Leviticus seriously. Don't tattoo your body. Don't eat shellfish.
Right.
Don't, all the great stuff that's in the Bible, they take literally. And then there's fundamentalist Muslims, which take the Quran seriously. And that's kind of weird because the Quran actually talks a lot about peace. And Islam could potentially be a religion of peace if you were to interpret it correctly.
Okay.
But they take it like, anybody that doesn't practice our religion, you'll behead or whatever. And that's far. But there's even
Well, isn't there
Buddhists
like
that are
parts
like
of it? Because I've never read it. I don't know. I've just heard stuff on YouTube or whatever. But like, isn't there parts of it that is kind of like hardcore to where like
Right.
it's kind of like the Bible anyway. Like the
Right.
Bible had like these hardcore things. If you follow it to the T, you're gonna be doing horrible things.
Right, you would just stone a woman for committing
Right.
adultery. Where like in the Quran, there's a lot of conflicting information in all of these books. Now that I think about it,
Yeah. It's kind of
like in
I
the
guess that-
Bible, Jesus is like, love
what I
the
meant.
sinner and don't stone him, but God is like,
Turn the other cheek,
hit him
big
with
dog.
some rocks.
Hey.
And in
get
the
that- get
Quran,
old rock out.
In the Quran, I remember reading
The most I would call my rock the Rock, and I had the most electrifying rock in entertainment history. Anyway,
Do you smell?
what the Rock is throwing is I was gonna say something horrible. I don't want to say it. Never mind.
Just save it for later.
Kiddo. Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, there's even fundamentalist Buddhists, which is a weird side train of thought. There's an entire park in China.
Do they just hug trees and like eat leaves and stuff,
Nope. They
and just
talk
starve
about
themselves?
the different forms of torture that you would receive if you were to live a poor life today.
A
So,
poor life. By poor life, they mean bad decisions, or by economic wise.
By not following the precepts of
Okay.
Buddha. Like women that would get abortions or whatever, they would, get tortured by having stuff shoved up inside of them. And there's a park that has like statues just dedicated to this. It's crazy, man. I always saw it because I've been to a Buddhist temple before, and they're just very peaceful. And they talked about how Buddha is more of an idea that appears in your mind. And yes, he's a real person, but he's also, the movement that makes everybody want to be together and be one. And I really, really enjoyed going to that temple. But when I learned that, the basis of their religion also includes that same whole pitchfork and torch ideology, kind of take a step back from any real religion.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you think about the Flynn effect, did I tell you about that at all?
What's that? Like
It's
Flint, Michigan?
the Flynn effect is every SAT score from generations, it seems like it's going up. Like, this just, they make tests harder, and it just keeps going up for every generation.
Right.
So we're following these religions that are based off of people that, if that's true,
dumb.
they're probably dumb.
Dumb as
exactly.
hell.
Which is kind of weird.
Agreed. I feel like, and here's one thing, I get into arguments with my mother about this. She's a pretty devout Catholic.
So you go take the host and stuff on Sunday?
I go to church with her sometimes. I don't particularly care for the religion, but the sense of community is something that's nice. And
I think that's the good part about the religion, is just it's a way to be happy and have a sense of community,
right.
and like whatever, it makes you happy.
And my thought is, a strong moral compass should not be correlated to your belief in a higher power. You should want to do good things because you're a good person, and because doing good things makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Not because it's going to get you into heaven and keep you out of hell.
Right.
And people that, I honestly believe that people that do good things exclusively for that reason and wouldn't go above and beyond are not any better than me at all.
There's a layer in hell for them.
I think so.
Right?
It's probably not bad. It's
purgatory or something like that.
It's just like reruns of MASH all day long. But
well, I've never seen MASH, so.
But forever?
I might get old.
If
it was 30 Rock, that'd be heaven.
I don't know, man. 30 Rock got old for me. I watched the whole thing, but I can't watch it twice in a row.
I've watched every season, 7 seasons, 7 times. I'm not even kidding. If not more. I used to, because I put it on when I go to bed or whatever. So that show's amazing to me.
How long have you struggled with depression?
Oh, he got me. It's so deep. It's a deep cut. Oh, God, I'm going to need a medic. Oh, I thought this was going to be an EG podcast. Whew. No, that show's so good, though.
It is a very good show, but I don't think I've seen any show 7 times.
That's your problem.
The most I've seen...
That's your cross to bear, my friend.
my guilty pleasure is probably Supernatural, and I've seen that.
Oh.
I've probably seen that 3 or 4 times.
Oh, you've been struggling with depression, bro.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those things. You put it on when you go to sleep.
Someone told me to watch it, and I was like, I tried to watch it.
Somebody else told me.
I did not want to watch it. First of all, there's no Tina Fey involved. That's their first.
Tina Fey's not involved in a lot of things.
That's where they first fucked up. All right. I hear it's a good show. Like, it's like a silly kind of like, yeah.
What I like about it is they break the fourth wall enough to make fun of themselves, and that's a nice breather between the serious, we're gonna hunt vampires. I'm Sam, and this is my brother Dean. And I mean, it is a guilty pleasure. I know it's not the best show there is, and I like some of the writing. I think it does get good at points, but it's very repetitive. It's, we're going on a hunt. We're going to kill some bad monsters.
It's like Ghost Adventures or, what's that one that starts with a T where they went hunting ghosts? Doesn't matter.
My mom probably watches
one of those shows, reality shows where they hunt ghosts.
Those are garbage.
Yeah.
I hate that. I'm so startled. Startled right now. I'm so startled.
And they're taking the Paranormal Activity situation where like they show like green night vision or whatever, and it makes you a little on edge, and then oh my god, what was that?
Right. I was watching this one where they bring out an EVP, the spectral voice recorder, but this was a different one.
Yeah.
Most of them bring out just a little tape recorder type deal, and they speak, and they hold out the recorder, and they hear a voice back. When they play it back afterwards. This one was like, he turned it on and it started making this like screaming noise like the microphone did. And he's like, oh, that's normal. That's just how this thing works.
Wait, was it a mess up? Like did they mess up? Like
no, that was like actually like he put it on several times and every time it would just like make this weird like shrieking noise. How you want me to make the noise?
Oh, creepy.
Yeah, man. And it wasn't really creepy. It was just obnoxious. And he was like, no, this is...
So it was just Pee Wee Herman in the grave, and he's like, where's my bike?
Right. It wasn't a ghost coming through that at all. He was like, this is just normal operation for this microphone.
That's weird.
Right? And I'm like, that's dumb.
He hit the wrong button on the keyboard, I think. Because, like, I've had that happen where I turned the podcast off.
No,
and
it was
I'm
like
I
a
hit
big
the wrong button.
boombox type deal, man. It was like a boom blaster that he held in his hands.
Well, it sounds like growing pains, I guess. You know?
No,
They fucked up on accident.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, they're never going to have that happen again, pretty much.
No, I think they are. I really think that was intentional. Because
Really?
every time he turned it on, it made that noise.
Was it through multiple shows?
This was like an hour-long episode. And it's a handheld device. There's no wrong button for him to push. There's an on and off and a record. And he turns it on, hits record, and it just starts shrieking. And he's like, yeah, that's normal. It did it every time. And he's like, no, this is a special EVP recorder.
They didn't give any reason why that's normal?
I don't know.
There's like, that's normal, turn it off.
I'll be honest with you, I wasn't paying that much attention.
Yeah, I wouldn't
My
pay
mom
attention
had
to
it
the show.
on. I was over for dinner, and she likes her ghosty shows. They keep me up at night, but I can't stop watching.
Yeah, that's how my mom is. She likes the murder shows.
Murder's all right.
She watches a lot of true crime shows.
Have you made her watch that Making a Murderer yet?
That show sucks. Because I listened to the podcast before that show came out.
And they talk about all the controversy on both sides, how he really probably is a murderer. And
Yeah.
yes, they may have, committed some
the
crimes
show
to
just
bring
kind
him
of
in,
teases you too much. Like the podcast was an hour,
Right.
So I got all the information
in
in an hour. And this one's like I was watching. I was like, why are they? Go on, move on.
Right.
So I didn't even want to watch it. It just reminded me of Serial. Have you ever listened to Serial, the podcast?
No.
This girl decides to take on a case of this guy who was in jail for killing a girl in high school, right? And the whole premise of the thing is he guilty or is he not guilty? We're going to find out. At the end of the 10th episode, which it gets really interesting, she always leaves a cliffhanger. You're like, oh my God, I got to listen to the next episode. I want to find out if he's, what's happening. Right. And it kind of goes back and forth as the episodes go, like, is he guilty? Is he not guilty? And at the end of the last episode, she's like, well, I guess I'll have to leave it up to you guys to decide if you think he's guilty or not. I'm like, you just wasted my whole... You stupid... Oh, I lost my mind. I will never listen to anything from her ever again. Oh, my God. And that's what that Making a Murder reminded me of. It's just something that's just cliffhanger, no payoff. But no payoff for me because I already listened to it. Yeah. But it's supposed to be a good show.
I mean, if you're into the murder shows, which in my opinion are already pretty... I mean, I'm not really that good on them.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Would you be interested in talking about them?
Only if you want a contradictory point of view.
I'm talking about just murders in general.
Oh, murders?
Yeah, actual true life murders.
Yes, please. That would be awesome because then we get to analyze and talk about what garbage human beings are doing.
Oh.
Am I too loud?
Let's pinpoint this. No, I was going to pause it. Well, let's pinpoint this. We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
So let's finish this movie here. It was a fine movie. American Assassin. Fine, whatever. You can go see it. If you have Movie Pass, definitely see it. If you don't have Movie Pass, don't see it. I would say Redbox it if you want. But
if you got the extra dollar.
Might as well wait. Yeah.
Agreed. Wait till it's available for a decent torrent.
Yeah. What would you rate this, though?
Honestly, I'd give it like a 4 or 5, man.
4 out of what? 4. We got things.
4 out of 5. No, I didn't say 4 out of 5. I said 4 or 5.
Oh, out of...
I would give it 4 or 5. Ronnie should have clamped Michael's nipples at some point. Out of 250.
All right.
It really wasn't that good.
It's a modest opinion. Ooh, it's not extreme at all. Oh, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Kirsten Stewart should have been in the movie out of 200. No, that's too much. That's too much. I know. I say that. I know. I thought I would keep going. Eventually, I'm going to cross the line again to where it's funny again. So you're going to have to deal with that.
I disagree.
No. 1 week, you're going to be like, shut up. This is so stupid. And I'm going to laugh, and you're going to laugh. We're all going to have a good time.
It's not going to make the phrase funny. It's going to make our interaction funny.
Exactly. And that's what counts. Interaction being funny.
So I'm sorry. It was crazy. You're going with
5 out of 200. I would say out of that Spanish girl should not have killed herself because that was the stupidest. What was the stupidest scene in the movie for you?
Stupidest scene?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there was many.
There was a lot.
Scenes.
This one,
probably the scene where they're interviewing him because it was just everybody was wasting time and they were like, we want to introduce you to my bad attitude.
She comes in with a badge and gun.
Yeah.
We want you to work for us. Is that what happened? I was that part.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. They didn't do anything.
So, Michael, so, Mitch, we see you quit college after terrorists killed your fiance.
Yep.
Gee, I might have,
Yeah, I had a lot of shit going on.
Probably would have moved home. Wouldn't have gone out and become an assassin.
Yeah. I might have grown my beard out, but I would have been at home just on YouTube.
Yeah, man, I would have bummed out for real. And that was probably the dumbest scene for me because it was just a waste of time. It was a circle jerk.
I just don't think that girl should. So the Spanish girl, the Israeli girl at the end, she's getting held hostage by Ronnie, and Rap shows up and he's pointing the gun and he's obviously behind her. Ronnie's behind her, and she's like, "I want to go see my family." And she grabs his gun and puts it under her chin and shoots herself in the face.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, it makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
They were
That
both,
beautiful body though. That beautiful angel should not have been killed.
They're both special agents and are both trained to commit suicide in the event that they were captured.
Oh.
Right? Because you were asleep for that part.
Yeah, see?
Michael Keaton's character, Hurley, when he's first giving his introductory speech, he's like, there's only so many rules you have to follow, and if you get captured, and he takes a live gun and puts it in his mouth, and he's like...
I remember that from the trailer.
Right. That was his whole bit, and I think that's what she was going for.
How come he didn't try to kill himself when he was being tortured?
He couldn't. He had one arm in a vice and another on a chain.
I mean, maybe.
What's he going to kill himself with? You know, lick himself to death?
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well.
But like when he brought out the alligator clamps, you know, that's what I meant by that. He should have just right on the nips.
Oh, right, yeah. He put him in the water, though, so it's like a little more electrifying.
Is it more electrifying?
I would assume so. Water's very conductive, right?
It is, but wouldn't it help you to like keep from dying from it, I think? Was the
if you put it on the nips?
No, I think like you're more likely to die if they put it on the nips. That's why you threw it in the water.
Oh, really? I would have thought it the other way.
I don't know, man. I've never tortured somebody with a car battery.
We're going to have to ask a scientist, I guess, or
we can just bring Caesar over, dude.
Try it out. All right, everybody. So I actually found out our Twitter handle was totally wrong this whole time. It's actually podcast WNN, just like the Gmail at gmail.com. Podcast WNN at gmail.com.
People have been DMing you for a while now.
Hopefully. We have 8 followers, big player.
8.
We're a big deal, all right?
One of them might be my mom.
No, not yet. I looked. I know everybody that follows me.
I don't think she even has a tweeter.
You should tell her to follow me.
I don't think
tell her to open on Twitter. Follow me.
Just don't look at me like that again, and I will. Damn.
I'm just kidding. All right. You can follow us on everything, podcast with no name, except for Twitter and our email, podcastwnn at gmail.com, and Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Anything you want to say?
Shout out to Ramsey's in a better home now, and with people that have a yard.
That's your dog.
And more dogs. My ex-dog.
Yes.
We're exes now.
Yeah, but he went to a better place, and I don't mean that like he died. He just actually went to an actual place where it's a yard.
Yeah, they have a yard. They have 2 other dogs. He's doing good. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to go have some beers with them next weekend.
Oh, yeah?
They actually gave me their numbers, and I was like, that's something weird to do when you're picking up a dog from somebody.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you have any problems with him, just text me, call me, let me know what's going on. That way, in case, he's a good dog. He deserves a good home, and I would hate for them to just toss him out on the street. So I'll probably text him on Monday, and maybe we'll go get some beers.
Oh, okay. New Biffles, huh?
Oh, man. I can't. Everybody can't be a Biffle.
Oh, really? We're besties, though.
We're besties.
We're not Biffles.
We're not Biffles.
Yeah, Biffles are one in a lifetime.
Right.
Once in a lifetime. Doesn't matter.
Once in a lifetime. And you may ask yourself, how did I get here?
Have you ever heard that joke where people talk about, like, I think it was a comedian who was saying, like, I think it was Dane Cook almost. He's like, have you ever been, like, just doing something so fucked up that you stop
I'm
and,
gonna be
like...
honest with you. I want you to chop off, like, those last 5 minutes of talking.
For real? I'm not doing that. Do you want me to, really?
No, I just feel like we said goodbye, and
we did.
We just kept on talking.
I'm okay with that. We have a few minutes, Phil.
Okay.
So Dane Cook had a joke where he's like, have you ever been doing something so fucked up that you just stop and think, like, oh my God, I'm so fucked up right now. Like, I'll just cut it down.
They're called intrusive thoughts, but yeah, man, everybody does. It's a natural reaction.
Well, all right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Next week, what do we have next week? Do you remember the schedule? It was...
I know you made an Excel spreadsheet.
I think it's
Kingsman, right?
No, the Liners. Where they kill themselves?
Flatliners.
Flatliners. I think it's Flatliners
Ellen
and Blade
Page.
Runner. Yep. Ellen Page and Anna Sports Bra.
Oh, in a sports bra.
Yeah.
I thought you said Anna sports bra.
No, in a sports.
And I was just like, who's that? She got to be good looking if her last name is Sports Bra.
I'm gonna name my daughter Panty Sports Bra.
She's
No,
definitely not
I'll
gonna.
name her Ron Sports Pro.
Definitely not gonna be a stripper. Holy cow!
Thank goodness. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next week. I like to